T.D. Jakes once said on Oprah once, he said, the one thing black people have a problem with is that we are the first to applaud ignorance.
Yeah. Hi everybody, welcome back to our channel. This is going to be a part two of Wednesday show. Yeah, this is the second part. If you guys haven't seen the first video, you might want to look at part one from Wednesday. I will link that above me. You guys want to check that out. Have you guys seen Soft White Underbelly? It's a YouTube channel. There's a guy, he interviews people from Skid Row. I think it's mostly from Skid Row, but he interviews literally everyone. Crackheads, johns, prostitutes, pimps, all of them. And he has there's a reason. He's not just exploiting them. There's a reason behind it.
It's a political reason.
Yeah, there's a reason why he does it. So you guys should check that out.
It's actually really good. It reminds me a little bit of, remember Taxi Cab Confessions. Taxi Cab Confessions.
That's a good
on
show.
HBO, where you used to just get regular people who would talk about their life. You know what I mean? So it's pretty interesting. But it's a really good. Yeah. I think it's a really good show. You should subscribe.
Yeah, it's really good. So what was the one that you were watching?
So there was a girl.
I didn't watch it yet.
No, I don't even know her name now.
I'll put the video in the description box. Go.
So there was a prostitute that she's about 55 years old, and she came. You know, she was talking about her life as a prostitute.
Right.
She had like this long blonde hair, like weave, and then she had like her, her boobs were all up, and she had one of those, just her jacket. She looked like Tina Knowles. That's what she looked like.
I saw a snapshot of her.
Yeah, she kind of looked like her, like Tina Knowles. And just by looking at this woman, I knew that she was probably going to glorify prostitution because she was trying to be bougie, I guess. But she was really kind of contradicting herself a lot in the video. Like, she would sit there and call herself the happy hooker. And that's what she was calling herself, the happy hooker. And then she just loved her pimp.
Oh.
And just this guy was like, she talked about this guy. First of all, he's not even her pimp anymore. But she was with him for many, many, many years. And she was talking about this man like he was the second coming. You know what I mean? Like, and this man like took all her money and everything. But the thing was, it wasn't even this woman that bothered me. When people tell their stories, like we told our story. So I have no judgment on this woman in that way because she's just telling her story. Yeah. You know what I mean? So she tells her story. But when I watch content, I also go into the comments because I like to hear how people respond to what I'm watching. What I'm watching. Right. And I saw all of these people that were commenting on this woman's story, and it was a pretty tragic story, even though she was trying to make it look great. Right. But what interested me is all these black people in this comment box were all just loving her life.
Oh, they were saying
like black men and women. They were just, that's my spirit animal. You know what I mean? She said, F love, give me the money. And I just thought to myself, this is real toxic. I'm sure that the guy, what's his name? Underbelly, what's the guy?
Soft White Underbelly.
Soft White Underbelly. That wasn't the point of the video. It was just to see the hard life of people. Yeah. But that's not how we took it. And by the time I got to the 80th comment, some girl finally said, this is sad. This is awful. This girl has a 38-year-old daughter. And she raised her through this whole prostitution thing. And everyone seems to be glorifying it with her. I get it. And some guy was like, some women have sex for free. At least this woman got some money. And I thought to myself, we as black people have got to stop glorifying. We got to stop. T.D. Jakes once said on Oprah once, he said, the one thing black people have a problem with is that we are the first to applaud ignorance. Yeah. Again, I feel like it's another thing that kind of sets us back. Because the way that these people were talking about her, they really believed that. And I'm like, these are just random black people commenting.
We do this often, though, as black people. We always do this. Yeah. It can be anything.
Some girl said, you're my spirit animal. And someone wrote goals. We're just kind of savage. The way that the way she was talking wasn't as savage as the comments. Right. Like, they were all like, goals. I was like, goals?
But what do you think this is about? Like, why do you think that, why do you think, because I feel like I do see this, where black people do kind of, applaud ignorance.
Yeah. She's like, I'm lucky that I didn't get any diseases. And then she was then the people were talking, he said, did you ever do drugs? He asked her, have you ever been drugged? She said, I smoked a little weed and, sipped on some Hennessy. And she's like, and then I keep it moving. And then everyone was quoting her.
Yeah.
That's right, girls. You know what I mean? Just like, it's just like,
no. Why are we doing that?
I'm confused of why we aren't sad about this. And why we're actually happy to watch this woman. And we're quoting her like, you know,
but
like she's Martin Luther, she's MLK.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's the thing though, is that now when people do that, they pull that stereotype, and then it becomes true. Here we go. Black people are always, there's stereotypes. Ratchet, ghetto, you know, baby mama, hoes, you know. This is what the things you get with the black. And then when you then go and look at a hooker, right? No judgment. But you go look at a hooker. I'm not even talking about the lady, honestly. You're right. I'm not even thinking about the actual woman. I'm talking about the people in the comments. It's like, you've now made a stereotype true again. Now when the people say, oh, you know, black people are ratchets. Yeah. Just, this one video is just showing you. She talked about her pimp like that was like I said, like he was the second coming. So the guy found her pimp, and then he put him on there. He found her pimp. He did it on another show. Oh, he found him, and then he interviewed him, and he was the same. I got 8 kids. And then he made it seem like he was just, I'm proud of he said, what are you most proud of? He said, I'm proud of my kids are all graduated from high school and I got one left. But he didn't want to talk about the fact that one of his kids, he mentioned it. He ended up mentioning, one of my children are in jail for 167 years. For what? For doing the same stuff he was doing. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, we do this.
This man is a pimp and he has 8 children. And people in the comments are like, get money. And I read a lot of comments because I was really waiting to see if anybody was going to, and they're like, a handful of people were like, this is really sad. You had 8 kids.
Yeah, but people, but you know, just when you see in culture today, like what they do, just applaud, you know, stuff that you know that's not becoming of being a black person. But we applaud.
I mean, I remember when Bill Cosby went to jail for the rape of those women, right? And he was guilty, he had to go to jail. Yeah. So then Cardi B comes out and admits that when she was a stripper, that she would drug men, take them to hotels and steal their money. And women are like, that's right, girls, show them, get money. It was like, we were just mad at Bill Cosby. This woman needs to be sitting in jail right next to him. Yeah. I don't understand why she gets to have a hit record.
Yeah. Kara and I were like, did she just admit that she
just said that she
drugged men?
Didn't Bill Cosby just go to jail for that exact same thing? She needs to be in jail. But see what I'm saying? But then women were like kind of okay with that.
Get your money, girl. Get your money, girl. You'll save for the people in the back. Yeah. It's like, what?
Like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like,
what do you mean?
It's just like certain things we do, I think we need to correct.
We do.
You know, I think we just...
You know what's funny is that we get a lot of younger... we've been getting an influx of younger women that watch us, and I love that because that's what being older is the best thing ever. Because now you can teach and help the youth. That's the point, right? So when I see them saying that, I'm thinking, rise up. We need to rise up. So when I love that even younger people are watching us because younger women are watching us because y'all, it's not cute. It's not cute. There's nothing fascinating or fun about this hooker lady, her lifestyle. Yeah. I can't imagine the stuff she's been through.
I mean, I'm hoping that the people who comment in those comments were adults. Yeah. And not like 21-year-olds. Because I don't want 21-year-old girls thinking this woman had some fabulous life. Yeah. You know.
But 9 times out of 10, a lot of them probably weren't. Because, you know what I'm saying?
Weird.
Because a lot of young people, they like that kind of... They like that lifestyle, that kind of like a badass look, that I'm boss bitch. That, you know what I mean? That whole mentality. They kind of like
that woman that was on that video, she was, she don't like men. Yeah. She just likes her pimp, but she don't like regular men. Yeah. She was like F love and like I just want my money. And anybody who lives like that,
she's damaged.
You're damaged. Yeah. She's damaged mentally.
Mentally damaged.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like. And she's still loving it at her age. She even said, if I found a wealthy white man right now, I might just put my old heels back on. So she's still in it. You know what I mean? But that didn't bother me as much as watching what looks like 4.5 thousand comments of people just praising her and acting like she's, like I said, MLK.
Right.
Like, what are we doing here?
What are we doing here?
You know what I mean? Like, what are we saying here? Are we saying that this woman is balanced?
Yeah. Well, that's what they... Because when people have a lavish lifestyle, it's considered balanced now.
Yeah.
When people have this type of, like, kind of like I was saying, it's like, I'm a boss... You know what I mean? Like, when they have that kind of grandiose, the grandstanding a bit, that grandstanding attitude, it's looked at as like you leveled up. And I think that we come from a very, like, when we're talking about the subjects, we think of more of how you behave spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, you know? And so you're not leveling up until you got those down, you know? So when you see a broken person like that, that's not a level up. That's someone who's having severe problems, and then that will that goes into the community, the black community. That's one woman.
Even when I hear women talk about leveling up and they're talking about getting men with money and get your money, girl, stack your money. I'm like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? What are you saying?
That's not a level up. You know what I mean?
Right.
What are you talking about? That doesn't even make any real sense.
People who applaud someone like the one you're talking about in this video, you have to be severely disconnected from yourself to be able to look at something like that and say, yep, that's it. She nailed it. You know what I mean? There's have to be something within you that is disconnected from yourself that you can say, you know, look at certain things and go, yeah, you know, things that are not great. You know what I mean? And just feel very... Try to connect yourself to it.
Even the pimp was like, well, I never made these girls do anything. I'm not one of those pimps that beat everybody. I was like, you are an enabler, sir. Yeah. You know, he said, did you take some of their money? He's like, no, I asked for all of it. And they just put it on the witch card. And I thought to myself, like, you have 8 children. Yeah. Like, like, you think.
We talk a lot about single moms and women kids. Well, I think we forget about that. I think we forget about the other side here. What about the black fathers who have, you know, 20 kids? Or, you know, oh my God, who was that guy? He was on Maury.
Yeah, he was on Maury.
I never watched Maury, but I know about You're not the father. I know about all that.
He's proud of it too because he used to walk around and show the clip.
I forgot his name, but I forgot his name. If I find it, I'll put a link here. But he was on Maury. Show many years ago, and he was on the show because I think he has 20 children, and he was telling me I talked to him for a long time. I was like, why? I said, why in the world? Let me ask you this. He was showing me the show on his phone. Like, see, here I am, and then, you know, there's like a fleet of women who are like, oh yeah, he's the father of my child, you know, whatever. And so I'm like, why are you happy about this? He said, what do you mean? I take care of my kids, and I said,
yeah, okay, but
okay, your kids are spread out all over the place. There's different women. There's 20 of them. You are not emotionally connected to all these people.
And it takes more to tell you if it's your child at all.
I told him, he said, no, I take care of my kids. I said, he said, I said, financially take care of the kids. I said, well, thank God you have that. I said, now, what about emotionally? Do you take care of your kids emotionally? And he was like, I mean, my kids know that, you know, that if they need something. I said, no, you're still on money. You get it? You have 20 kids, sir. And
you still have to go to work.
I think it was by 20 kids by, I think he said 12 different women.
And that's another thing. Like, a lot of guys, you guys really have to get control of your sexual energy. Because, you know, just letting all these women just have your power like that. Oof. And you know, I mean, that puts you in bondage.
It does.
22 kids can hold you down. And I know he's not getting that. I'm sure he wasn't. I don't know if he was a drug dealer.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like,
he's young man, has 20
don't get
kids,
trapped that way. You know what I mean? It's like you guys really have to stop. You know what I mean? Be careful about sleeping around all the time. Because that can really paralyze you. Right. Financially. Mm-hmm.
It can.
And just emotionally, because now you don't have time for yourself no more. Yeah. Kids take time. They take money and they take effort. And so walking around trying to be the man that gets all women, there's a price to be paid for that. You know, we talk about women sleeping around, but, you know, look, men sleeping around having 20
kids, that is
15, 10 kids by 5 different women. You know what I mean? It's just like, be careful, because that really just shows that you don't have any real self-control.
When he was showing me him on the show, I was mostly looking at the audience, you know, and of course the audience, you know, the Maori audience is all, you know, they're all over the place. And I'm like, look at these people applauding, again, applauding ignorance. We do this. We love it. We love seeing someone up there doing something massively ignorant and then applauding it and then glorifying it. Right after we glorify it.
Yeah.
And then we wonder, why aren't black people doing well mentally? Yeah. Why are we having...
I'm stumped.
We know we need... Black people need to stop acting like you don't need counseling. You know, in the black community, counseling is really it's frowned upon in the black community for whatever reason. But black people can use some counseling.
Yeah. All of us.
I'm just saying, like, we can benefit from that. When I see stuff like what's going on, when we see some of the comments that we were talking about earlier in the other show, some of the comments,
in general, like,
some people take a couple of hour sessions with somebody really good, you know, and really get down to the root of the problem. So that's what we want to do. We can get down to the root of the problem. Kara and I, we don't do lightweight shows. No. Majority of our shows
I'm a deep person in general. Like, if you ever meet me in real life, I'm one of those people that I like to be deep.
We love conversation.
I like depth. I like to go beneath the surface because I think that is where real change really is. Even with myself, when I lost all my stuff, I had to start all over again at a certain age. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. In order to fix that, you have to go beneath the surface, and I do that for myself, and it's helped me tremendously. It's not always fun, and it doesn't really feel good. But it's like a necessary thing because it's changed me. Yeah. You know what I mean? I would say that losing all of my things, like having to start again, I mean, it changed the way I see life. It changed I'm almost glad it happened. Mm-hmm. In a way, we got to start learning how to
just be good,
just be happy. We had an Uber driver. We went to the store. It is snowing heavily outside today, and we had a lot of stuff to buy, and so we got an Uber, and our Uber driver was a black guy who was the most positive kid I think I have ever. We tipped him really big. He had the most positive attitude, not only on money, but just his attitude was so bright.
It was delightful
and light. And he was just very nice. And at the end, he was like, I like y'all. Yeah. And we were like, we like you too.
Because y'all think we just have these conversations here on YouTube?
We don't. We talk like this to everybody.
And people we have so many conversations. That's why we wanted to do this. Because we just want to bring some type of positivity, out there. And this young man was just so smart. And he was, he just understood. You know what I mean? Like life and where he's going in life. And he was just excited about life. And doing his Uber thing, and he does like stocks and stuff. Like he puts money in stock. Like he was just talking about some stuff, and I'm just thinking, you are about to be a billionaire sometime soon because your mindset is somewhere else. Yeah. And I'm like, keep going.
I don't know if anybody. I don't know if any of you guys have read Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. And Napoleon Hill has a saying that he says your attitude determines the quality of your life. Mm-hmm. Because how you approach people and how you approach your pain, how do you approach the hard aspects of your life will really change how your world is. Mm-hmm. And so I wonder a lot of time with being a black person and being around black people is it our attitude that keeps us where we are? Our need is our need to be right, our need to fight,
and not want to look at yourself. Is that is that what is diminishing is that what's messing you up?
And just downright trying to be mean. You know what I mean? To spark a fight. Interesting how I was watching another guy, a black guy, on YouTube, and I can't even remember his name, but he was talking about relationships. So because you know how on YouTube when you watch one thing, you get advised to look at other things.
Oh, recommendations.
Okay, so then there was this white guy that was talking. He had like a 6-minute videos, and he was talking about relationships. And so as I'm watching the video, a lot of times I look at the comments while I'm listening to the video, and all of these white women, they just don't come at him. There's no arguments.
Wow.
With white people. They don't, even if they hear something they don't really like from him or they don't understand, there's never like, you bastard. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's never like this like angry, sort of frustrated, like just the anger. You don't see white women doing that to white men. And I just thought to myself, look at all these comments and look at all of these white women. Yeah. Just some disagreed, some didn't, but they they just didn't belittle him.
It's like this common ground and respect that they have that.
Like, I wish we could be like that.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I wish we had that in our community. We just don't have that. Instead, what we get are all these words. I mean, people have called us, you know, called everything ghetto and I mean, I don't know. Welfare cases, or I've never been on welfare in my life. I don't even know.
Baby mamas, I have no children. I have no children. You know what I mean? It's just like, but it's still, but you see what I'm saying? You don't even know me, and that's how I know that you're just angry.
Why'd you say that?
Because you don't even really know me, and that's also why I don't really get angry. It's because I know you don't know me. You know what I mean? So it's like that. I mean, Danielle and I have worked at the hotel for a really long, while now, and we have become very close to the owners of these hotels. You know what I mean? And they're Indian people.
Yeah.
And what I've observed from Indian people working under them for as long as I've been working for them is that we have witnessed them argue with each other. We have witnessed with them disagree and have really like arguments. You know what I mean? But they never put each other down to the point where they won't help each other up.
Still support each other.
They will support each other, make sure everybody has a job. They make sure everybody has everything.
Everybody's taken care of.
And I wish we need to take a page out of a lot of these other races.
I see the same thing when it comes to Hispanic. We used to live in New York, and New York, there's every ethnicity is there. Every race is there, and I would see the same thing. I had a friend that's from Russia, right, and the Russian people were all on each other. It's like they all support each other. I have Dominican people and Puerto Rican.
I used to work for Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to go work for DKNY. Now the people that worked in DKNY were all Dominicans, and they thought I was Dominican, and they helped me. They helped me because they thought I was Dominican. Now I'm not Dominican, and when they found out, they were still loving of me. But the idea that they wanted to help me.
Yeah.
I hadn't been there that long in New York. Somebody else could have got that job, but they made sure that the person who hires saw me first.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that because, I've been black my whole life, and I've never seen black people stand up like that for me, like these Dominican people did when they thought I was Dominican.
It's just such a beautiful thing when you see it, though. I just think that we really just want that to be more of that. And I know we have it in us. I think that when we make a stereotype true, we are really killing our community. Yeah. We are doing the job for them. We did it for them. Yeah. They don't have to do. You think that white people gotta tear us down? You think that they do it for you? Think that white people have to tear us down? No. It is our own community, and if we bring each other up, then we wouldn't be in this position.
And it's funny that now it's Black History Month. Right when that's why we decided to talk about it, because we're like, isn't it ironic that it's Black History Month, and now we've gotten all these comments from
black men not liking black women.
Great comments from black men. Majority of black men are very
that's why I wanted to point out.
There are some that are just really angry, and I really invite you just to keep watching and hopefully change your mind a little bit about black women.
And once again, we talked too much, so we ran out. Our SD card got full, so we had to break out our tablet to end this. All right, you guys, that's all we have for now. Tell us what you think. We really do appreciate all of our subscribers and anybody just not subscribed to and just watches us. We really appreciate anybody out there who is sharing our videos, and then also just being really supportive. Comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you enjoy our content. We would greatly appreciate it. Everybody have a really good weekend. Bye.